Honourable Calgary-Lougheed.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. Over half of all Calgary Board of Education bus students have enjoyed great success in attending schools of their own choosing, but parents are now being told that the board will no longer fund any portion of their transportation costs, and they'll no longer run school buses in these areas. So that means that in many cases, very young students will have to negotiate multiple transfers on public transit, which can be both terrifying and dangerous for children of that age. So how can the minister possibly claim Bill 1 is making life better for the 13,000 families who are simply trying to get their young people to their school of choice and back safely?
The Honourable Minister of Education.
Well, thank you, Mr. Speaker. And, the Act to reduce school fees, in fact, does do that for 600,000 families. They will be seeing a reduction in their school fees, including bus fees as well. And so it's not an act to eliminate school fees because, of course, there's a myriad of fees that are out there after decades of allowing this previous government allowing fees to go wild. We're bringing them in. And certainly I'm working with Calgary Board of Education and many others to make sure that they understand both the letter of the law and the spirit of the law to keep school fees in moderation and to provide the services that they need.
First supplemental.
That's not what all of these parents are saying, Mr. Speaker, and given that the parents tell me they are more than willing to pay increased transportation fees, but the CBE will not work with these families on a transportation solution because they feel that they're being held hostage by the minister's lack of understanding of the impact of his bill on parents and students. Minister, will you commit to work with school boards and actually consult with parents to ensure funding is provided? And will you commit to meeting with representatives from these families to find manageable, affordable, safe transportation solutions for these children so that these successful programs that families have chosen will not die?
The Honourable Minister.
Well, thank you, Mr. Speaker, and certainly I'm more than happy to and do work with parents and school boards around school fees in general and then bus routes specifically. And the effort to reduce school fees for Alberta families in general is very, very well received. Yes, there are some things to work out along the way, but at the end of the day, for us to reduce school fees for more than 600,000 families in the fall, I think that we will see a considerable advantage and to making life better for Alberta families.
Given that the system was working extremely well before the NDP started manipulating it, and given that a survey of parents in 2 schools in our area indicates transportation costs will increase over $850 each year, and costs for before and after school care will increase over $530 to accommodate all the school time changes in an effort to reduce their transportation budget as a direct result of Bill 1. How can the minister claim the NDP has the backs of these families who are now faced with more than $1,000 per child in additional costs with a significantly worse level of service than they currently enjoy right now?
The Honourable Minister.
Well, thank you, Mr. Speaker, and it's very important for us to work together with school boards to make sure they understand that they're not meant to increase school fees because of an act to reduce school fees. And the honourable member who should have looked at the bill to see that one part of it's to reduce school fees and another one is to regulate to make sure that school fees, if they are excessive, they will not pass. And these school fees will come to my attention, and we will review to see if, in fact, they are legitimate or not.